Welcome to day 3 of the 12 Days of Command. Today we are covering Smartplans, the automation engine inside of Command where you can automate your texts, emails, and tasks to save yourself a ton of time. Let's take a look. We are going to dive into the Smartplans section now, which is the fourth icon down on the left-hand side toolbar. Again, you can click that KW at the top to expand that menu. So we are going to open up our Smartplans. You'll see at the top we are on the My Smartplans tab. We also have a library tab, which we're going to look at in a moment. And then we have the Create button here, which is where you can create your very own smart plan. This is great if you're already familiar with smart plans and have a very clear idea of the type of smart plan you need, the steps that are required, and the messaging that you're planning to send out. However, we don't need to reinvent the wheel because, like I said, we have a library tab here, which is full of pre-built smart plans that already have proven results. They're all built by other KW agents and they've been shared so you can use them. If you are on a team, this will look a little bit different. You are only going to see the team smart plans and you'll only have access to the plans that your Rainmaker has added from the library or created for you and made available for you to use. Let's head into the library tab now so you can see some of the smart plans that are already available for you. So we've got two types of smart plans in the library. Some are created by KWRI, which is KW head office, and some are created by other agents that they have published and shared so that you're able to use them. If I scroll down a little bit past that featured section, you will find the KWRI created smart plans that are a little bit more limited in their customization. You can't change a whole lot about them. You can't add or remove any steps of those plans. However, you can customize the messaging that's in them. So a few that I want to point out are the quarterly call plan, and this is by far the simplest smart plan that exists in the entire library. So if you are interested in seeing the steps of a smart plan and what that plan entails, on every little card that you have for a smart plan, you will see this View Steps button here at the bottom. If you click on View Steps, it is going to pop up and show you exactly what that smart plan is going to look like. So if I add this quarterly call plan to my smart plans and I add a contact to it, it is going to tell me to call that contact. It is then going to wait for 90 days, which is a quarter, and then it's going to restart. So every 90 days, I'm going to get a task in command telling me that I need to call that particular contact, whoever I've added to that smart plan. If I use these arrows over here on the right-hand side to scroll through, I can see some of the other smart plans that are here. And another great one is the birthday. So when we looked at contacts yesterday, I mentioned that if you add a birthday to your contact, you can set it up to automatically reach out to that person on their birthday. We keep going here. We have other ones like the open house follow-up, home anniversary, and there's also promote my app. So if you are using the KW app, that is there as well. So now let's take a look at some of the smart plans that are built by other agents that have been shared with you. And the best way to do this is by searching. So at the top, you have this search bar, and you can search for whatever type of smart plan you're looking for. Maybe you have a Facebook ad and you want to automate the follow-up for any leads that you get. There is a smart plan for pretty much any scenario you can think of in this library. So I'm going to search for the Facebook lead follow-up example. Okay, and there are a ton. Now, this may get a bit overwhelming. You can see there's 102 results. So how do you know which one to choose? Well, that's where the filters come in. So you can actually filter by a few different things. Now, just looking at these smart plans, a couple things to point out. You can see how many people have downloaded that smart plan. So how many other agents have added this to their library and started using it. You will see the ratings. You can see the number of steps in that smart plan, the duration, so that's how many days it's going to run, and the touches, which is how many times the contact is going to receive some sort of message from you or a task that tells you to reach out to them. Okay, so if I want to filter this, I can click on Filter. So a few of the things you can filter by are the duration, so how long that smart plan is going to run, who the author is, how many touches, how many downloads, and the rating. So maybe I want to see all of the smart plans that have above a 4-star rating. I can check that off and click Filter Results, and then you'll start getting all of the smart plans that meet that criteria. So there's actually only 2 smart plans with a 4-star rating. So you can check off multiple filters. So if you wanted it 4 and 5-star, you can check both off and it will look like that. Okay, so that brought us from 102 down to 16, which does limit the options quite a bit, but it'll make it a little less overwhelming to go through the list. So I'm going to take a look at this one here, which includes some phone calls, emails, and text messages. So if I want to view the steps, again, we just click View Steps. And you can see there's a call task and a text message, a 4-day delay with an email and another text message, a 2-day delay, etc. So if I wanted to add this one here, I can click Add Smart Plan. The name is my Facebook lead follow-up. I can customize that if I want to, and then click Download. And that's going to add it to your Smart Plan library. So if we go back to this My Smart Plans tab, you're going to see that one right here at the top. Okay. To edit that smart plan and go in and see all the steps laid out, you will just click on this pencil icon at the far right. So on the left-hand side, you're going to see all of the different steps in your smart plan. On the right-hand side is where you can see all of the different actions that can be added to your smart plan. And there's a few different types. So first we have the touches, which are the call tasks, tasks in general, emails, and text messages. Then you have some other steps like your delays, which is going to increase the amount of time between each step. So you probably don't want to bombard them with messages all on the same day. So you want to spread them out by adding delays. This one here is Add to Smart Plan. And what that will do is if you add that at the end of your Smart Plan, let's say this was our Facebook lead follow-up, they've run through all the different emails and they're still not answering. You can set it up so once this smart plan ends in the 31 days, it is then going to add them to a different smart plan. Then you have Restart Smart Plan, which you would have seen in that quarterly call plan. Essentially, any smart plans that are going to repeat over and over, you can set them to restart, and you can decide how many times you want it to restart or if you want it to be looping indefinitely. So now you can start scrolling through these different steps and start customizing them. So the very first one you'll see here is make a call. So this creates a call task for you. It's going to show up on your tasks on the home screen and in a few other places like the Tasks applet, within that contact on the Task tab, and in your KW Command app. I can change what that task name is if that's not relevant for me. So like I said, these smart plans are very customizable. You can tweak them as much as needed so they fit your workflow and so that the messaging is exactly how you want it. Okay. At the same time, it's also going to send this text message, and right away you can see I do not have a Twilio subscription, so I'm getting this big error here. So if you were looking to send text messages through command, you do need to subscribe to Twilio, which you can click subscribe in KW Marketplace, which is just going to bring you to the page where you can read all about the plans and what they include. If you don't want to use Twilio, it's as simple as just removing this step. So you'll notice at the bottom of each step in the smart plan, you have these arrows, which allow you to rearrange the smart plan so you can move steps up and down in the order, and you can click the X to delete them. Okay, so we're going to keep editing this as is, as if we do have a Twilio account. So you will see your Twilio phone number here if you do, and then you will see the text down here, which is what the contact will actually receive. Then we have a 4-day delay. You can customize the delays as well if you want there to be more time or less time in between steps. Then we have email. So you can customize the email here. We have the subject line at the top and then the body of the email. So something to consider when you're adding smart plans from the library is that they're all going to need some level of customization. You want to make sure that the messaging sounds like it's coming from you, and you want to make sure that the agent who created the smart plan hasn't left any of their own information in it. So you can see here I've got this original agent's phone number. I'll want to delete that. And then his email signature is here as well, so I'll want to replace that with mine. So as you scroll through, there may be things, again, you want to delete or rearrange, and that's fine. Just make sure once you're happy with everything or that you're done working on it at that moment that you click Save. So I'm going to rename this right here at the top. We'll say Updated December 14th, and I'm going to save it. So there's a few ways that you can add people to your Smart Plan. First would be to click this button right here that says Add Contact. It is going to pop up with your contact list, and you can start selecting people. Now, if you have a large database, hopefully you have them tagged. So you can see I have some different tags here, and I can actually filter by specific tags. Maybe I have a tag for my leads. I can search for my lead tag and add that. I don't have any contacts with that tag. However, you would be able to select all of the contacts with a particular tag and add them to the Smart Plan all at once. Of course, you can just manually select contacts or search for specific names if you know exactly who you want to add, but that is one of the easier ways to do it is through the tags. So I can also just search for whoever I want to add to the Smart Plan, check off their name, click Add Smart Plan. Then you can choose when you want it to start. So if I choose Start Now, they're going to start receiving the emails or texts right away if my plan starts that way, or I will start receiving the tasks. You can also choose to start a Smart Plan on that specific day. I'm going to choose Start Immediately for this one. Then you click Confirm, and now you can see it brings you right back to your Smart Plans or your My Smart Plans tab, and it's going to show you beside that particular Smart Plan that there's now someone on it. When you click on the eye, it will open up this list, which will show you who is on that Smart Plan, and this is also an easy way to remove people from a Smart Plan. So if I no longer wanted this person to receive my Smart Plan, I just select them, click Confirm Remove, and then I can remove them. Okay, I'll just open this one back up. You may have noticed at the very top, there was Add Trigger Event. So this is a way to automate the Smart Plan. So it will actually use those contact tags that I mentioned to trigger a Smart Plan. So if I have set this up, so my lead tag is the trigger, and I save it. Now any new contacts that get now anytime I add the lead tag to a contact, it is going to trigger this Smart Plan to start. As this says here, any contacts that already have the tag will not be added to the Smart Plan. This will only happen when you add the tag to any contacts going forward. The last way that you can automate your Smart Plans is actually through the setup of a social media advertisement. We will talk about that when we go through campaigns in a few days. So that's a bit of an overview of Smart Plans. And tomorrow, I'll be taking a look at the Designs applet, which is the workspace in Command that you can create your own custom marketing materials for everything from social media, print graphics, email newsletters that you can incorporate into these Smart Plans using the Designs option, as well as a Smart Neighborhood video that you can use to feature a particular neighborhood and the stats on your social media channels. See you then!